Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards. Sunshine Tenasco and Indigenicas, Kitagan Zibin Donjaba, and I'm the founder of Powwow Pitch. As an entrepreneur myself and someone who loves lifting up Indigenous entrepreneurship, I'm thrilled to be your host for tonight's celebration. We are live from Powwow Pitch's headquarters right here on unceded Anishinaabe Algonquin territory, known to many as Ottawa. We are so excited to celebrate the fifth annual Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards with you tonight, co-presented by RBC and Mastercard, and in partnership with Sklar, Wilton and Associates, Altis Recruitment, and Export Development Canada. Tonight, we will recognize excellence and remarkable achievements in Indigenous entrepreneurship while bringing you inspiring stories that showcase creativity, vision, and leadership. Let's get started and celebrate the incredible Indigenous entrepreneurs from across Turtle Island who are shaping the future. These entrepreneurs are making waves with their work and are true icons of our generation. The Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards are all about celebrating the journeys and achievements of creators who contribute every day to our entrepreneurial landscape, highlighting the amazing work happening in Indigenous communities and inspiring present and future generations to be changemakers. Each award recipient will receive a beaded pin designed and created by Algonquin Anishinaabe beadwork artist Melody Markle from Long Point First Nation, and a print of the artwork Cervidae by Anishinaabe Onyodaga artist Tsista Kennedy from Beausoleil First Nation, featuring a plaque with their name and award recognition. Throughout the evening, we invite you to celebrate along with us online using the hashtag IndigenousIcons. Before we begin the awards, let's take a moment to ground our hearts, minds, and spirits. I am honored to welcome Misko McGregor from Kitagan Zibi Anishinaabe, who will open this evening with a traditional woodland dance. Originating in the Great Lakes woodlands, this dance reminds us of our resilience, and it is shared tonight in honor of all the 2025 applicants and nominees. Kichimigwech, thank you so much, Misko, for sharing your beautiful dance. Your spirit and energy have truly inspired us as we begin tonight's celebration. Before we launch into the awards, let's take a closer look at the creation of the 2025 Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards official artwork and pins. Dea Zistahawe, Zista, Kennedy, Anishinaabe, and Onondaga, artists from Beausoleil First Nation and Oneida of the Thames, is the creator of the 2025 Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards artwork. His digital illustration, Cervidae, was chosen to represent this year's awards. The artwork features 4 deer species and represents the deep connection between Indigenous people and food sovereignty, symbolizing ceremony, sustenance, and reciprocity. It reflects ancestral knowledge while drawing parallels to Indigenous entrepreneurship and enterprises built on values of resilience, sustainability, and respect for the land. Now let's take a moment to watch a short video highlighting Melody Markle and the creative design, direction, and craft she brought to this year's pins.
When I was invited to collaborate with the powwow pitch artists, I felt incredibly honored. It meant a lot to me to be able to bring their digital designs into beaded form and to share my beading skills in a way that carries both beauty and deeper meaning that connects to our Anishinaabe ways. I was especially excited to work on the deer variations because they hold so much cultural and spiritual significance for me. I chose to bead them in the Anishinaabe woodland style using the black border, what we call the spiritual lines, as well as the vibrant colors that bring out the sacred elements within the design. In my work, I tried to mirror the stages of the deer life as similar as the artists had created. And as I was beading each piece, I was reminded of the strong spiritual connection that we have with the animals in the land, and that those teachings that guide us and prepare us for the harvesting season that's coming up closely here in the next couple of weeks. And when I'm thinking of the harvest season, I was thinking about the respect and the ceremony and the reciprocal relationships that we have with the deer clan and the family. Another important part of my work is the material itself. So I incorporated traditional materials like smoked hide. I really am connected to smoked hide when I am beading because it's something that my ancestors and my family continue to utilize in some of their artwork that they create. And so I source from relatives back home and others from across Turtle Island. Often I trade the hide in ways to really honor that reciprocal relationship. So I know the animal was harvested, smoked, and tanned with care and respect. For me, that relationship with the material is just as important as the beading itself, because it reminds me that everything we use comes from the land and from living beings. So when I bead, I'm often reflecting and giving thanks to the animals that came across our paths and provided subsistence for our families and our nations. So this is the spirit I carry into this collaboration, and the spirit I hope is felt through each of these pieces.
Kichimigwech Melody, thank you for sharing your incredible talent and the creative vision you brought to these beautiful beaded pins. Tsista and Melody, thank you for helping us honor tonight's award recipients in such a meaningful way. Now's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's begin the presentations of the 2025 Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards. Tonight, we'll be honoring 8 incredible entrepreneurs. As we celebrate the 10th anniversary of Powwow Pitch this year and honor the grassroots spirit of our journey, I'm proud to invite our Executive Director, Naomi Sarazin, to present the first award of the evening. Powwow Pitch is a space where Indigenous entrepreneurs are seen, supported, and celebrated through programming, mentorship, and storytelling. We are a community of dreamers, doers, and change makers, rooted and guided by our values of respect, reciprocity, and courage. Together, we're building a world where Indigenous entrepreneurs thrive and are empowered to grow, inspire, and create a better future for all of us. Join our community at powwowpitch.org.
Miigwech Sunshine. I am honored to present an Indigenous Entrepreneur Award this evening to someone whose journey has carried them from the Grassroots Powwow Circle to the world stage. Someone who inspires us through their dancing, their dedication, and their love for our culture. Tonight, we celebrate those who carry our cultural pride and spirit forward, not just for today, but in honor of those who came before us and for those yet to come. As we mark our 10-year anniversary, I am proud to be part of this journey. From our humble beginnings at a single powwow, we have grown into a grassroots movement that uplifts community, celebrates culture and traditions, and empowers those who will continue to carry our stories across Turtle Island. At the heart of this movement are Indigenous entrepreneurs, people who bring vision, energy, and spirit of our people to everything they do. Recognizing these entrepreneurs is more than recognizing business success. It's about preserving culture, sparking new dreams, and creating opportunities that ripple far beyond ourselves. By sharing their journeys, we lift their stories, inspire others to follow their own paths, and strengthen our community connections, because when one of us rises, we all rise together. And now, it is my great honor to present the first ever Powwow Pitch Grassroots Award to someone whose life and work embody the spirit. From his roots as a proud First Nation member, he has shared his culture on stages around the world, inspired communities through teaching and mentorship, and created programs that bring people together and lift each other up. He empowers the next generation to carry our traditions forward with pride. I am absolutely thrilled to announce the Powwow Pitch Grassroots Award goes to Dallas Arcand.
Dallas Arcand, dancer, producer, and artist, is a proud member of Alexander First Nation and a 4-time world champion hoop dancer. He is an award-winning music producer, speaker, and cultural ambassador, and weaves Indigenous heritage through dance, song, flute, and story, bringing Indigenous culture to life in unforgettable ways. A graduate of Mount Royal University and the National Indigenous Professional Arts Training Program, Dallas now mentors emerging Indigenous artists at NAI-PAT, carrying his passion for culture into the next generation. During the pandemic, he created Powwow Dance Aerobics, a free online program that uplifted and connected people globally. Dallas's artistry celebrates resilience, cultural pride, and community as a master of movement, music, and storytelling. Grounded in his roots and dedicated to sharing and teaching culture, Dallas Arcand is a most deserving recipient of the Powwow Pitch Grassroots Award.
I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in the business for many years. When I started out, I had no clue that hoop dancing itself would take me around the world and open doors and create opportunities for me beyond my wildest dreams. The whole moral of the story is that you can come from anywhere in life and make something of yourself regardless, and that's true, and I'm a testament of that as an entrepreneur, as an artist. And I believe there's a lot of power in that, in becoming a business owner, an entrepreneur. There's a lot of freedom and independence to that. In that, there's a lot of empowerment. There's so much more we can do for ourselves and our community. Part of the people that I want to thank is, when I started, I literally had nothing, and I'm really thankful to the people of the powwow that make up the powwow. And so that's what I want to thank. I want to thank the generosity of our culture, of our people. I don't know, there's so many of them that donated to me, because as a hoop dancer, when I was just starting out, I would dance at powwows and they would put a blanket out and people would donate money to me as a performer to help me on my way, and sometimes I'd have to split it with other dancers, but either way, I still acknowledge those people, and I think about it many years back now, now that I'm successful and a 4-time world champion hoop dancer and the current 2025 world champion hoop dancer. I humbly say this to you: thank you for giving me the award and acknowledging me for the award, and inspiring the next generation, because I am also a proud grandfather and a father of 2 children, and yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, thank you. As we say in Cree, we say "Kinana skumpten." That means thank you very much. Kakyo means everybody. So "Kinana skumpten kakyo." Hi, miigwech. Merci beaucoup. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations, Dallas. We are so proud of you. Continue dancing for the people and inspiring us all.
Thank you so much, Naomi, and congratulations, Dallas. This award celebrates amazing entrepreneurship and the grassroots spirit that started Powwow Pitch and continues to guide our journey. Next, I would like to invite Tricia Hayter, Director of Market Activation at RBC Origins, to present our next 2 award recipients.
Thank you, Sunshine. On behalf of the Royal Bank of Canada, I am delighted to present Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards this evening to 2 entrepreneurs that have shown leadership in building spaces for stories. At RBC, we are committed to playing an active role in unlocking opportunities for meaningful co-creation and Indigenous economic participation. Indigenous entrepreneurs are critical to enabling sustainable economic growth. It is important for us to support Indigenous entrepreneurship, innovation, economic resilience by collaborating with Indigenous organizations like Powwow Pitch to foster inclusive growth and build a foundation for the next generation of entrepreneurs. I am pleased to present the RBC Rising Star Award to a recipient who is recognized for their innovation, leadership, and determination that are setting the stage for a bright future. This recipient's passion and potential are already making a significant impact in their industry and community. I am happy to announce the RBC Rising Star Award goes to Nova Courchene.
Nova Courchene, founder of Ushkagugin, is from Saging First Nation and leads her Indigenous-run drama, education, and performance company in Winnipeg, Manitoba, rooted in language, storytelling, and cultural preservation. Ushkagugin's mission is to center Indigenous youth voices through theater programs, workshops, and custom storytelling performances that celebrate brilliance, belonging, and the power of Indigenous voices. Nova has written and produced original plays such as Wawushkishi Wabano and Dewagan Club, created Anishinaabe language learning tools, and delivered theater programs reaching over 3,000 students. Her initiative has become a powerful platform for expression, leadership, and cultural celebration. Dedication to empowering youth and building community through theater and visual art makes Nova Courchene a most deserving recipient of the RBC Rising Star Award.
Miigwech Tricia, to Miigwech to Powwow Pitch, the presenter, and to everyone who has made this moment possible. I'm deeply honored to be the recipient of the Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards. My journey as an artist and entrepreneur began with a simple belief. Our stories have the power to heal, connect, and carry our languages forward. My mother is a 60 scoop survivor, and my father attended residential school. They are from Ditepenea Zibing and Sagin Zibing, Rolling River First Nation and Fort Alec First Nation in Manitoba. I am an urban First Nation woman. For me, entrepreneurship has never been just about business. It has been about creating space for Indigenous youth, for those in their communities, and for urban Indigenous youth, and to see themselves as storytellers, leaders, and knowledge keepers. Through Ushkagugin, I encompass storytelling in multiple ways, including artwork and theater storytelling through community partnerships in places like Norway House Cree Nation, Benemutang First Nation, Wasagamak, and within the city of Winnipeg. I have witnessed the strength and brilliance of our young people, and I've seen how a circle, a stage, or even a gymnasium or hotel meeting rooms can transform into a place of pride and belonging with our stories being shared. This award is not only a recognition of my work, but of the youth, families, elders, collaborators who walk beside me. I want to thank the many teachers, mentors, language speakers, and community members who continue to guide me, and the young people who remind me why this work matters. Winning this award shows that Indigenous entrepreneurship can look like building a business rooted in story, language, and community. It tells our young people that there's value in choosing our own paths, and that there is a future for Indigenous-led theater and storytelling. To my family, the communities, and Powwow Pitch, Kichimigwich for believing me and lifting up Indigenous voices. I'm so proud to be acknowledged here today, carrying these stories forward with all of you. Miigwech.
Congratulations, Nova. We are so proud of you. Your leadership and compassion continue to inspire us all, creating spaces and pathways for youth to pursue their aspirations with confidence, guidance, and support. Now, for the RBC Entrepreneurial Icon Award, this recipient is a visionary leader whose transformative dedication to reconciliation has shaped authentic partnerships across governments, businesses, and communities, driving systemic change and empowering Indigenous futures through her work in economic development and cultural capacity building. It is my pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the RBC Entrepreneurial Icon Award to Tanya Tourangeau.
Tanya Tourangeau, founder of Tanya T Consulting, is a proud Dene woman from Salt River First Nation, leading her First Nation-owned firm in Muskowatchis, Alberta, a national leader in reconciliation strategy, Indigenous economic development, and cultural capacity building. She is recognized for advancing authentic partnerships between First Nations, governments, and industry. Guided by the principle of two-eyed seeing, Tanya weaves Indigenous ways of knowing with Western approaches to create strategies that are both visionary and practical. Her work strengthens capacity and shapes pathways of shared prosperity through true nation-building initiatives. Her impact spans boardrooms, classrooms, and communities, helping corporations realign products and philanthropy, supporting municipalities in government-to-nation collaboration, and guiding nonprofits in system reform. Dedication to reconciliation leadership and visionary entrepreneurship makes Tanya Tourangeau a most deserving recipient of the RBC Entrepreneurial Icon Award.
Masicho to Powwow Pitch and to RBC for this incredible honor of receiving the RBC Entrepreneurial Icon Award. To be recognized in this way means so much to me. My path to entrepreneurship has been rooted in reconciliation. I love being a bridge builder to Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. As a proud Dene woman, I grew up witnessing both resilience of our peoples and the deep impacts of assimilation and trauma. I chose to become a cycle breaker and a bridge builder so that my sons and my granddaughter could grow up free from those burdens of colonization and instead carry the legacy of strength and pride. My sons and granddaughter are my greatest inspiration and the reason why I've walked this path. Through Tanya T Consulting, I've been blessed to guide corporations, governments, and nonprofits in embedding reconciliation into action. Whether it's been helping cooperators invest in Indigenous youth employability, supporting Starbucks in opening the first First Nation licensed store, or advancing policies that embed UNDRIP into municipal frameworks, the goal has always been the same: to transform reconciliation into real, measurable outcomes that are win-win. Heartfelt masicho to my family and friends for lifting me up through every challenge and every triumph. I also share deep gratitude to First Nation, Métis, and Inuit peoples who trusted me to walk alongside them. and with the corporations who had the courage to let me guide them over the bridges towards building authentic and lasting relationships with Indigenous peoples. Reconciliation is smart economics. It's shared prosperity and it's nation building. My ancestors endured so that I could stand here in this moment, breaking cycles and carrying forward their strength. I honor them and thank them for their continued guidance and love. This recognition as an icon calls me to keep showing up, to keep building trust, and to keep creating opportunities of equity and win-win. Masicho.
Well done, Tanya. Your vision in empowering Indigenous futures is truly inspiring. Icons build legacies, and tonight is a beautiful reminder that entrepreneurship is about courage and commitment, and the inspiration you spark in all of us will continue to guide the next generation.
Thank you, Trisha, for presenting these awards and for helping us celebrate Nova and Tanya and the amazing work they're doing as Indigenous entrepreneurs. Next, I would like to welcome Jennifer Sloan, Senior Vice President of Public Policy and Stakeholder Engagement at Mastercard, to announce our next two award recipients of the evening.
At Mastercard Canada, we're committed to our philosophy of doing well by doing good. That's why we're proud to introduce Mastercard ChangeWorks, a social impact program that will help Canada's not-for-profits harness the power of technology and data to create positive change. Mastercard ChangeWorks supports not-for-profits and their communities by providing grant and partnership opportunities, addressing critical challenges via a series of hackathons and datathons, and creating volunteer programs to leverage Mastercard's expertise for good. With Mastercard ChangeWorks, we're focused on helping those who serve Indigenous and immigrant entrepreneurs address barriers to success, so we can build a stronger, more inclusive, more equitable Canada. Find out more about Mastercard ChangeWorks at mastercard.ca/Mastercard ChangeWorks.
Thank you, Sunshine. On behalf of Mastercard, I am delighted to present two special Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards this evening to two entrepreneurs building organizations that are game-changing for the Indigenous economy and community. At Mastercard, we are committed to fostering a more inclusive digital economy for everyone across Canada. We amplify the voices of Indigenous entrepreneurs and small business owners, sharing their stories and raising awareness of the actions needed to ensure that they can succeed and thrive. When every entrepreneur and business thrives, the community thrives. We are proud to partner with organizations like Powwow Pitch because together we are building a future where everyone can reach their full potential, contributing to a more prosperous and inclusive society and paving the way for a stronger, more inclusive economy. I'm pleased to announce the first Mastercard Game Changer Award recipient, who is recognized for their leadership in bridging technology and tradition, creating IT career pathways for Indigenous youth, and using innovation to empower Indigenous communities. This recipient's work is changing the game for Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities alike. I'm happy to announce the Mastercard Game Changer Award goes to Christopher Dedam.
Christopher Dedam, founder of Sesweg Software Solutions, is a proud member of Listugush First Nation, leading his 100% Indigenous-owned tech company from St. Mary's First Nation located on unceded Wolastoqey territory near Fredericton, New Brunswick. His company specializes in web, mobile, and app development, providing consulting to federal and provincial governments while creating IT career pathways for First Nations youth. Seswick Software Solutions' mission is to bridge technology and tradition through innovation that challenges systemic barriers and empowers Indigenous communities. Christopher has launched the Raven Talent AI hiring tool, supported Indigenous nonprofits through mentorship and job opportunities, and has expanded his impact with the Desjardins Good Spark Grant. His leadership extends beyond tech, serving as a board member with the Fredericton YMCA and Chamber of Commerce, while pursuing his MBA degree at Carleton University. Dedication to innovation, mentorship, and community empowerment is driving transformative change, making Christopher Dedam a most deserving recipient of a Mastercard Game Changer Award.
Hi, my name is Christopher Dedam. I am the president of Seswick Software Solutions. I want to thank the Powwow Pitch Committee and also Jennifer, who just presented me. And I'm honored to receive the Mastercard Game Changer Award. I just wanted to say Wellalin, Wolawin, and thank you. So part of my story, I grew up in Listigouche, Quebec on a First Nations reservation. One of my earliest jobs was being a police officer in my community, where I was able to help people and give back in any way possible. After that, I decided to go back to university and pursued a bachelor degree in computer science, and I've been working as a software developer for the past 25 years. So I worked in the private sector for 25 years, mostly in Canada, and I was in the States for a bit. 5 years ago, I decided to start my own IT company, Seswick Software Solutions. So I started out in a First Nations business incubator program. It consisted mostly of business training, but we also did have some talking circles where we helped kind of deal with some of our trauma from the past. So we're not just a software company, we have a bigger mission. Part of our mission is to show that there's a place for First Nations people in information technology. So one of my goals is to inspire Indigenous youth and to show them that they have a role in tech, business, and IT, and also leadership. My father always taught me that we need to give back to our people. My wife always showed me or taught me that we need to do everything out of love. And my son inspires me to help our youth. So one thing about being an entrepreneur is having a responsibility to create opportunities for other people, and especially First Nations people, and also to be a role model and show people that, you know what, anybody can do this. It's not out of reach. So what this award means, it means being recognized. This is a very proud moment for me to show that all my hard work has been paying off. I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years, and this year's been really great. I've just been getting a lot of awards, getting a lot of recognition. It also validates my company. It shows that my company is credible and trustworthy. And this award is going to help create new opportunities for me. So in closing, I wanted to thank my wife and son, Listigouche First Nation, also St. Mary's First Nation, which is on the unceded Wolastoqey territory in New Brunswick, southern New Brunswick. I wanted to thank Jedi and Can-Do for helping me start and grow my company. And I also want to thank Elder Donna Augustine, who was somebody that provided a lot of emotional support when we started out our companies. I just want to say thank you, and Welawin and Wolawin. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Christopher. We are so proud of you. Now, for the next Mastercard Game Changer Award. This recipient is dedicated to education, research, and community engagement, creating learning spaces that center Indigenous knowledge, language, and land. She is making remarkable strides as an Indigenous consultant, uplifting learners with humility, generosity, and hope. It is my pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the Mastercard Game Changer Award to Kiera Brant-Birioukov.
Kiera Brant-Birioukov, founder of Ridge Road Training and Consulting, Inc., is a proud Mohawk woman from the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte. Based in Toronto, Ontario, her Indigenous-owned company specializes in education, research, and community engagement rooted in Haudenosaunee values. Ridge Roads' mission is to create ethical, decolonial learning spaces that center Indigenous knowledge, language, and land, while building mentorship and renewal for future generations. Kiera co-founded the company with her husband and mother, developed national tools such as Dollars and Cents and Indigenous Peoples in Toronto, and launched a giving back program that has donated over $33,000 to grassroots initiatives, including Mohawk language bursaries and newborn support programs. Through her dedication to decolonizing education and uplifting Indigenous brilliance, Kiera Brant-Birioukov is transforming the landscape of learning, making her a most deserving recipient of a Mastercard Game Changer Award.
I'd like to thank Jennifer Sloan and Mastercard for this incredible honor of receiving the Mastercard Game Changer Award. And of course, thank you to the Powwow Pitch Committee for this recognition. Kiera Gayatanoro Yungyats, Wagada Hyoni. My name is Kiera Brant-Birioukov. My Ganyangehan name is Gayatanoro. I'm the very proud co-founder and co-owner of Ridge Road Training and Consulting, and I'm from the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte, Gandege. My path to entrepreneurship began where all great stories begin. It began as an act of love. My husband Anton and I met in graduate school at the University of Ottawa 10 years ago, and it was love at first sight. Anton and I have spent the last 10 years dreaming together, scheming together, and creating a life together that would do good in this world. We sought to leave a legacy that we were proud of. When we finished our PhDs and saw a very daunting future ahead filled with many question marks, we knew whatever we did, we'd do it together. Ridge Road was born very spontaneously one afternoon at my great-grandfather's cabin on the res. We had been educational researchers for years for other institutions, but never for ourselves. One afternoon, a project partner asked us, "You guys have your own company, right?" And without hesitation, we simply said, yes, we do. And later that day, we pulled together a vision for our business. We drafted a mission statement and named our business after the name of the road my family has lived our entire lives on, the Ridge Road. In a moment, we called ourselves business owners. Although Ridge Road may have seemed to begin spontaneously, in truth, it was anything but. Like everything we had done together up to that point, starting this business was a slow, deliberate, and intentional choice. We trusted that when the right moment came, we would seize it. Today, Ridge Road has a national presence, developing financial literacy programs for Indigenous youth, leading conversations with newcomers about their responsibilities as treaty citizens, and advancing ethical Indigenous engagement across some of Canada's largest cities. Like many others, I was conditioned to believe that success as an entrepreneur meant embodying the Wolf of Wall Street life, where only the ruthless survive. I've resisted the idea that success needs to mean endless late nights or glorifying burnout. I've come to understand that Indigenous entrepreneurship is instead nourishing. It's collaborative. It thrives on mentorship and integrity. It is rooted in lifting others up. This recognition reminds me that pride and humility are not mutually exclusive. I need to thank my husband, of course, Anton, who is my partner in all walks of life, and my mom, our other co-founder, Gail, and my biggest appreciation for Mark and Gabrielle, who make Ridge Road what it is today. I also honor my precious son, Greggy, and my entire family, Jordan, Sharan, Irina, Oleg, and my community of the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte. I'm forever indebted to Sandy Markle in the band office, who told all of us res kids upon graduation that we should travel, move away, take risks, because our home, Tyndonega, will always be there when we need it. Every road I've realized, Sandy, has led me back to the Ridge Road. I am bound every day by deep threads of accountability to do right by and for my community. I share this honor with all of you, and I look forward to what we can build together in the years ahead. Yawagoa.
Well done, Kiera. Your dedication is truly inspiring.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for presenting these awards, and congratulations, Christopher and Kiera. We're thrilled to celebrate your vision, dedication, and the incredible way you empower the communities with the work you do. I'm pleased to welcome Lariviere Gomez, a managing director at Sklar, Wilton and Associates, who will be presenting the next award of the evening.
Thank you, Sunshine. I'm honored to be here tonight representing Sklar, Wilton and Associates to present an Indigenous Entrepreneur Award to an entrepreneur who is doing important work and leaving behind a legacy for future generations to follow. Leaving our Sklar Wilton purpose of helping others succeed, we recognize that celebrating Indigenous entrepreneurs is critical to building a better future for everyone. That's one of the many reasons why we partner with Powell Pitch and support the Indigenous Entrepreneur Award. At Sklar, Wilton and Associates, we believe in the power of storytelling, recognizing that stories are a fundamental part of Indigenous peoples and cultures. Every Indigenous entrepreneur carries a story worth telling. These stories inspire others to take action, spark partnership, and build bridges between communities. They educate non-Indigenous people like myself about Indigenous practices and perspectives. These stories build legacies. This year, the Sklar, Wilton and Associate Legacy Award recognizes the legacy of storytelling. I'm pleased to announce the recipient of the Sklar, Wilton and Associates Legacy Award, which honors an entrepreneur whose vision, dedication, and impact leave a lasting mark on their community and beyond. This recipient's work as a filmmaker and producer has brought Indigenous stories to life, preserving culture while supporting and empowering future generations through the power of film. I'm happy to announce the Sklar, Wilton and Associates Legacy Award goes to B. Bird.
B. Bird, founder and creative director of B Productions Inc., is a proud member of Montreal Lake Cree Nation based in Regina, Saskatchewan. As a media artist, B creates films and digital media that empowers, represents, and decolonizes through authentic storytelling. B Productions' mission is to center community voices while supporting the next generation of Indigenous creatives through mentorship and internship. His work includes productions for First Nations University, Senator Allan Bird Memorial School in Montreal Lake Cree Nation, and other Indigenous organizations. B's achievements include being named the 2024 Indigenous Artist in Residence for the City of Regina, a nomination for the 2023 Emerging Artist Award, and screening his Unreal Engine animation at the Vancouver International Film Festival. Dedication to storytelling, mentorship, cultural representation, and leaving a lasting legacy makes B. Bird a most deserving recipient of the Sklar, Wilton and Associates Legacy Award.
Tanse, B. Bird Nitsadigason, Munyawi Sagahigani Kayate Uchini the Maga, Uskanakasa Stege Megwach ni Wigan, Negwa, Okiskanawamanoma. Hi, my name is B. Bird, and I'm originally from Montreal Lake Cree Nation, but I reside here in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I'm a student and business owner of B Productions Incorporated. Thank you to Powwow Pitch for this incredible honor. And I'm deeply humbled to receive the Sklar, Wilton and Associates Legacy Award. My journey into entrepreneurship has been more than just starting a business. It's been about storytelling, creating opportunities, and creating and carrying forward the voices of my people. Growing up, I saw both the struggles and the resilience of my community. These experiences shaped me, and they are what inspired me to create B Productions, where I can use my skills in film and media to tell stories that matter, to do my part in decolonializing the media. I want to thank my mentor and friend, Diane Olette, and also my team here at B Productions. Thank you to my leaders, Carol Natauhau, Jeff Badger, Eldon Bird, and Joyce Natauhau McLeod, to all of my community members, my family, and friends, who continue to lift me up and believe in me even when the road gets tough. To all of those who hired me, collaborated with me, and trusted me to tell their stories, Dinigi, thank you. You have been a part of this journey, and I share this award with you. Winning this award means so much, not just for me, but for my business and the future of Indigenous storytelling. It tells me that the work we are doing matters and that our stories deserve to be seen and heard on every stage. Lastly, I want to thank Powwow Pitch and the organizers of this award for recognizing Indigenous entrepreneurs across Turtle Island. I am extremely grateful and humble for your support that helps create safe spaces for us to grow, to dream, and to inspire the next generation. Didi, thank you.
Congratulations, B. We are so proud of you. Keep telling stories and build your legacy.
Thank you so much, Lariviere, for presenting this award, and congratulations, B. We're honored to celebrate your creativity and the way you share stories and amplify Indigenous voices. It's a pleasure to have Catherine Tremblay, co-founder and owner of Altis Recruitment, with us to announce our next award recipient.
Thank you, Sunshine. What a wonderful event to celebrate Indigenous excellence. I'm here to present an Indigenous Entrepreneur Award to a leader whose vision and hard work are strengthening their community and creating opportunities. Our entire team at Altis is so excited to partner with Powwow Pitch, supporting the work you do to elevate Indigenous voices and foster the success of Indigenous wisdom and expertise. After all, when these ventures succeed, it has a huge domino effect on their communities. Their organizations boost the local economy and create jobs for others, and that means a brighter future for everyone. Since Altis is all about elevating human potential, we're very pleased to announce that the inaugural Altis Community Builder Award goes to someone who is doing just that in their community. This entrepreneur has worked hard to create safe, inclusive spaces that build confidence and inspire lasting change. Through their mentorship and advocacy, they have empowered youth and families to connect, to heal, and to thrive. I am so happy to announce that the Altis Community Builder Award goes to Natasha Lariviere.
Natasha Lariviere, founder of Endayon Aja, is a proud Two-Spirit entrepreneur from Nipissing First Nation, leading an Indigenous-led organization in Sturgeon Falls, Ontario. Endayon Aja creates safe, inclusive spaces for youth and families through mentorship, cultural programming, Two-Spirit advocacy, and mental health support. Rooted in healing and resilience, Natasha's journey transformed personal loss into purpose, beginning in her living room and growing into a movement that has secured over $1 million in funding and reaches countless youth. Under her leadership, Endayon Aja has become a circle of care where identity, belonging, and hope are nurtured. Her dream is to open a culturally grounded youth home that reflects love, spirit, and strength. Dedication to community wellness and youth empowerment makes Natasha Lariviere a most deserving recipient of the Altis Community Builder Award.
Anin bojo wache tanse, emske Misko kwe indishna kais and beezing in donjaba, wawash kashin do dem, nij manada wakandao, endayon aja endo noki. My spirit name is Strong Earth Woman, and I'm also known as Natasha. I'm from Nipissing First Nation, I am part of the Deer Clan, and I'm Two-Spirit. I work for Endayon Aja, a nonprofit organization I have founded. We walk in unity with the youth and families within our community by creating safe spaces for each other to heal, learn, and grow. I'm honored to accept this award this evening. And first, I want to say Chimi-gwech, thank you to the Powwow Pitch team, and to Catherine for the Atlas Community Builder Award. I'm humbled to stand alongside so many inspiring Indigenous leaders from across Turtle Island. My journey into entrepreneurship was never just about starting a business. It was about healing, reclaiming, and building spaces where our youth can feel safe, proud, and connected. Ndayon Aja began as a dream from when I was a youth in high school, and then finally grew into a startup within my living room with care packages and medicine bundles. It has now grown into a home within community where youth and others can discover their gifts and their voice. I carry this work in memory of my dear friend Thomas Trapper and others, friends we have lost too soon. Their lives remind me every day why this work matters, to build futures where our young people can live, heal, and thrive. Their spirits are with me in everything that I do. This award is not just mine. It belongs to the youth who inspire me every day, the elders and knowledge keepers who guide us, my family and children who support me, and the mentors who have shared their gifts with me along the way, as well as my community who continues to believe in the power of Indigenous youth leadership. I also want to say Chimigwech Tikajamado Menageta Anishnabeg Webminambamaduin. Thank you to the Great Spirit and the ancestors for walking this beautiful life with me and all that they share with me. I wouldn't be where I am today without everyone who has come along my path here. Winning this award reminds me that Indigenous entrepreneurship is about more than business. It's about sovereignty, culture, identity, and creating spaces for our people to thrive. So to my fellow entrepreneurs, keep going. This work is not always easy, but it is sacred. Every step that you take creates ripples of change that will be felt for generations. Chimigwech again for this honor, and I accept this award in unity, in memory of my loved ones, and in celebration for our youth who are shaping the future. Widuk Tayan Ge Minimamadziyang. Let's all help each other live a good life. Miigwech.
Congratulations, Natasha. We are so proud of you. Since 2020, when you founded Ndayon Aja, you have welcomed everyone in the community into your space, and you've raised over $1 million in funding to support countless youth and their families by offering everything from mentorship and mental health support to care packages and employment counseling too. And all of these services rooted in Anishinaabe teachings and provided at no cost. I can see that you and your team are living your motto of walking in unity. And I have no doubt that you will achieve your goal of opening a culturally grounded youth home that reflects love, spirit, and strength. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Catherine, for presenting this award, and congratulations, Natasha. We're proud to recognize your vision and the inspiring leadership you bring as a community builder. For the final presentation of the evening, I am pleased to welcome Donna St. Louis, a national lead of Indigenous exporters at Export Development Canada, to announce our last award recipient.
Thank you, Sunshine. Good evening, everyone. My name is Donna St. Louis, and I'm a proud member of the Nklakutma Nation in British Columbia. I serve as the national lead for Indigenous business with the Inclusive Trade team here at Export Development Canada, and I'm so excited to be joining this celebration from Vancouver and the traditional territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. On behalf of Export Development Canada, I'm honored to present an Indigenous Entrepreneur Award this evening to a business leader whose work reflects deep commitment to community, culture, and commerce. Export Development Canada is deeply committed to building strong partnerships with Indigenous-owned companies. We work to provide trade knowledge, strategies, and tools to mitigate risk, and we offer working capital solutions through our financial institution partners. We've supported hundreds of Indigenous customers who have accessed a full range of EDC's financial solutions. These businesses span sectors like manufacturing, retail, construction, natural resources, and transportation. Long before the first settlers arrived in Turtle Island, trade and entrepreneurship were pervasive. Nation-to-nation commerce flourished, contributing to prosperity and self-sufficiency. Indigenous peoples' unique expertise, innovations, technologies, communications networks, and resource access underpinned their commerce. Though stifled for centuries, that entrepreneurial spirit lives on, and tonight we celebrate its resurgence. We're proud to partner with Powwow Pitch, an initiative that celebrates and elevates Indigenous entrepreneurs. This partnership reflects our shared belief in the power of community, storytelling, and entrepreneurship. It's about rallying together to celebrate one another and to amplify Indigenous excellence on the national and global stage. I'm pleased to present the EDC Export Award to a recipient who is recognized for sharing culturally inspired Indigenous wellness products with the world and growing a business rooted in community, mentorship, and sustainability. This recipient's work is elevating culturally rooted Indigenous products on the global stage. I'm happy to announce the EDC Export Award goes to Alissa Assu.
Alissa Assu, co-owner of Raven Song Soap and Candle, is a proud Wet'suwet'en and Niska serial entrepreneur, leading an award-winning Indigenous business in Campbell River, British Columbia. Raven Song is celebrated for its cold-pressed soaps and culturally inspired self-care products that blend natural ingredients, Northwest Coast artwork, and traditional storytelling. Carrying on the legacy of founder Valerie Lemirand, Alissa and her husband Cody ensure Raven Song remains rooted in culture, community, and mentorship. Through Raven Song, Alissa has elevated Indigenous voices, created economic opportunities, launched a give-back program to protect native wildlife, and championed sustainability. Her products were recently featured in the 2024 Juno Awards gift bags, showcasing Indigenous excellence on a national stage. Dedication to cultural wellness and community impact while expanding her business reach makes Alissa Assu a most deserving recipient of the EDC Export Award.
Denise, Skyze, Sakodzate, Hadit Sootsin. My name is Alissa Assu. I'm from the Wet'suwet'en First Nations. I am the owner of Raven Song Soap and Candle with my partner, Cody Assu. And this year, I'm so honored to be presented the award as Indigenous Entrepreneur by Donna. And thank you so much to Export Development Canada for honoring me and recognizing me for this award. In 2020, I became an entrepreneur by launching the largest Indigenous owned and operated boutique called West Coast Wildflowers. This was a beautiful moment in the time of my life that I truly believed that Indigenous businesses, authentic Indigenous businesses, storytelling, culture, language, that we deserve to be in competitive retail spaces, just like other talented Canadian artists and makers. And that's exactly what I did. I took over 250 businesses, and I became inspired. I became inspired of how do I join my own collective? How do I join this community after witnessing so many incredible Indigenous women doing excellence in business, excellence in sport and health, and just how much that all interrelates to each other. As a former youth in care and as someone who continues to be and live and play and work on borrowed time, I also want to take a chance to thank my family, as well as my kidney donor, Adrian Charlie, for the gift of life, and receiving a kidney transplant and being able to continue doing what I do, and that's loving being in community, uplifting community, and then being able to expand to a second business called Bare Essential Oils. And then finally, of course, because of this award, we are here for Raven Song Soap and Candle. And the purpose of our business, the mission, is to always be a multi-generational learning business, to have young Indigenous women who've been with us from production to retail to manufacturing to now our family is supporting and mentoring a young Indigenous girl living her dream of going commercial fishing. This business and businesses that I have mean more than profit, mean more than money or accolades. It really has been a healing journey to be in business. And I wish that all for any Indigenous entrepreneur for Powwow Pitch. And if you apply to Powwow Pitch and you don't get it, don't be discouraged. I have applied to Powwow Pitch multiple times. And tonight, in this moment, I get to walk away with the Indigenous Entrepreneur Award. So thank you. Thank you to the elders, to aunties, to the community that continues to support our mission, our vision, that we are here to break bread and to tell stories through soaps, our candles, and our entire product line. And to make sure that the narrative that we're highlighting in Canada and across Indigenous communities is about Indigenous success and excellency and health and joy and laughter. So thank you again, Tabi Masai.
Congratulations, Alissa. We are so proud of you.
Thank you, Donna, for presenting this award, and congratulations, Alissa. We are proud to celebrate your leadership and dedication to building vibrant, connected communities through local businesses. A huge round of applause to the incredible entrepreneurs we've celebrated tonight. Your passion, creativity, and dedication inspire us all. What an amazing evening. Let's keep lifting up Indigenous entrepreneurs, celebrating their achievements, and spreading inspiration across our communities. Thank you all for joining us. It's an honor to host the 5th Annual Indigenous Entrepreneur Awards. Miigwech to our co-presenting partners, RBC and Mastercard, and our partners at Sklar, Wilton and Associates, Altis Recruitment, and Export Development Canada. A heartfelt thank you to our Powwow Pitch team, Naomi, Keely, and Keisha, for making our 10th anniversary unforgettable. Let's continue blazing new paths, sharing our gifts with the world, and thriving together as we celebrate how far we've come and the journey still ahead. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.